I know you have begun your YouTube channel and you would want to make a video that people would watch. I know you want to make a video that is valuable and may solve some problems in the society. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to make a very good YouTube video as a beginner. So the very question you should ask is that, as a new YouTuber, how can I make a good video that people would watch? I'm going to share with you my 7-step approach to making a very good YouTube video. A video that will make an impact in the society. A video that people will find valuable. So if you are interested, why don't you come with me as we look at that? So if you are interested in the topics I share, please endeavor to hit the subscribe button and become part of the family. And also make sure that you're liking this video because I know it will be valuable to you. My name is Estaf Majma. You can simply call me Hobby. I'm a nurse by profession and a content creator by passion. In my previous video, I talked about how to start a YouTube channel. When your channel is ready, you've got to upload videos. To upload videos, you need to make videos. So let's start. So yesterday, someone was like, I have a YouTube channel, but I don't know what to talk about. I don't know the kind of videos I have to make. What do I do? So now let's start it this way. The first thing to do to make a very good YouTube video is to come up with a video idea or topic. So when you think of making a YouTube video, you should look at the topic you want to talk about. The topic may be about making money. It may be about video editing. It may be about traveling. It may be about education. And then through the video idea or topic, you get your title. For example, when I wanted to make this video, the idea that came to mind was YouTubing. That's making a YouTube video. For you, yours may be cooking. For someone, hers may be motivating. So it's about getting the topic you want to talk about. Once you land on the topic, the next thing you have to think of is getting a title from the topic. So let's say for me, mine is YouTubing. The very question is, what specifically do I want to talk about YouTubing? Because there are a whole lot. Is it about designing thumbnails? Is it about editing? Is it about uploading videos? So you've got to open the topic and then pick a session to make your title. So as part of this video you are watching, I'm talking about how to make a YouTube video for beginners. So out of the YouTube or YouTubing topic I had, from it, I have gotten how to make a YouTube video. Okay, so if it's about cooking, it's about how to make pancakes. So you look at the topic and then you get a title out of it. Now, I'm going to suggest a few platforms you can use to deduce titles for your video. I would advise that if you are finding it very difficult to get a topic or a title to talk about, just go to ChatGPT. So let's say I want to make a video about YouTubing, but I want ChatGPT to generate a specific title for me. So let's do that. I'm going to give this AI a prompt to generate some titles for me to make a video about YouTubing. Okay, so let's see. So suggest hi SEO YouTube video titles for me on the topic making a YouTube video. Okay, and then let's give that prompt. Then let's see what titles we get. So now you can see that ChatGPT will suggest a few titles you can choose from. So the first one I've got is how to make a YouTube video, a step-by-step guide for beginners, YouTube video creation, tips and tricks for success, ultimate guide, how to film and edit a YouTube video. So you get a few topics to think about. And if any one of them interests you, you choose and then start planning towards it. Now you can also go to Google and then start searching for things people are looking out for. So normally when I go on there, I'll just type how to. Okay, and then you see a few suggestions. How to turn my image to cartoons, how to create a thumbnail for YouTube, how to make pancakes, how to register to vote. So these are the stars people are searching about how to. So let's go to enter and then come up here and then click on tools. So Google will suggest to you how many times people are searching the word how to. So it's much more of 25,270,000,000. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. So this is how many times people are searching for the word how to, and it's much more of every 0.2 seconds people search for the word how to on Google. This gives you a few ideas about the topics people are searching for. The next platform I recommend is Logic Balls. So let's go and then search for that on my laptop. So I'll just type Logic Balls. Okay, so this is the platform, and when you come on here, I think it's for me it's quite easy to use. All you have to do is to just put a keyword in here. So I'll just say, let's say making videos, and you select the tone. How do you want it? Is it casual or formal? So let's go for formal, and then you select the language, English, US, and you click on write free. So this will generate a few topics for you. So you can see that I've got a few topics on here. The first one says the art of crafting engaging video content, tips and techniques for success. And the second one says mastering the technical aspect of video production, building your brand through video marketing, the do's and don'ts of video editing, best practices for a polished final product, exploring different types of video content. And then the other platform I would suggest to you is vidIQ. Let's try that. So here you're going to just type in a keyword that says how to. Let's do that, and let's see what we get from this platform. So you get a couple of suggestions about some video ideas or video topics or titles you need for your video. So how to create a personalized skincare routine, how to make a DIY terrarium for your home, how to start a small business from home, how to do a 5-minute workout at your desk, how to start different types of scarves for any occasion. So as you can see, there are loads of them on here. So these are some of the platforms you can leverage to generate a video idea as well as a video title for your YouTube. Once you have your title in place, the next thing I would advise you do is to design your thumbnail. I remember those days I would finish making my video before I design my thumbnail, and sometimes I even struggle to get a title for it. But right after a title, make sure you design your thumbnail. The question you're asking yourself is that what is a thumbnail at all? The thumbnail is the image that represents your video. It's just a snapshot of your video. So let's go to YouTube and let me show you how a thumbnail looks like. So let's click on YouTube, and you can see that the first pictures that pop up, this picture is called a thumbnail. It's just a brief of what your video is about, and if it's interesting, people click on it and watch your video. Okay, so these are thumbnails. The pictures you see, the static pictures you see on the videos are thumbnails, and you've got to get one for your videos. Now the question is, how do you design your thumbnails? I'm going to suggest a few platforms you can use to design a thumbnail. Most of these platforms are free to use, so you don't have to worry about it. Now the first suggestion I will give here is called Canva. So you can design your thumbnail right from your phone or on the laptop if you've got one, but let's do this on the phone. So let's go to Canva, and then let's click on start designing. So you go to the search button and then you type YouTube thumbnail. Then you get a couple of templates. Let's click on search. So you can see that you have a few templates to look at. You can pick whichever one you want and then customize it to look like your own, to depict what your video is all about. And some of these styles are paid versions, so you just have to make sure which one you are choosing. So Canva is one of the platforms to design free thumbnails. The second platform I recommend is called Thumbnail Maker. It's a mobile app and it looks like this. So let's click on that. All you have to do is to click on one of these templates and then make it your own. You can download this from App Store or Google Play Store. And you can also use Capcut to design your thumbnails, especially if you are using the phone for your editing and stuff. So let's click on Capcut. Then this is how the whole thing is. It's just a very nice interface you can just learn within a couple of minutes, or you can watch videos out there to see how to make one. So I'm going to pop a video in here and then show you how to create a thumbnail out of it, or how Capcut helps you to create a thumbnail. So when you look at this 1 minute video, you could see that there's an option that says cover. Okay, so when you click on that, automatically Capcut selects a part of your video that you would want to use for a thumbnail, and it also allows you to put on text and stuff, so you can edit it, add shapes and every possible thing. And one thing about Capcut is that you can also edit your video to taste. You can add contrast, adjustment and everything, and it's all because Capcut is linked to a photo editing app called Epic. So that is on here, so I can edit this video in Epic. What I would advise you do is that just go to Google Play Store or App Store and then download the Epic app. It's a mobile photo editing app which is very good. Now with this, you can edit the video by adding a few stuff to it. So let's say I can add a bit of red lights where I add some kind of colors, all those stuff, just to make sure that my thumbnail is getting a bit of editing touch. You can edit it to your taste, and once you're happy, you can retouch it by hiding some spots and all those stuff, so you can see how smooth my face is. If you're happy with it, you can add some skin tone. You can edit it the way you want. It's all because Capcut is linked to Epic, which happens to be, for me, it's a very good mobile photo editing app. I think I have to start using that for my thumbnails. Yeah, I think I've done one on here. Let me show you guys. Yeah, so as you can see, I used that app to edit this video. So I'm going to use that for my thumbnail, okay, for one of the videos I've shot. So these are the few apps you can use to design a thumbnail. Once your thumbnail is ready, what's the next thing you have to do? We are going to script the video. So now the topic is how to make a YouTube video. So how do you want the video to appear? You're going to plan, and for me, planning is much more scripting, just making sure that you know what you are going to say in the video. If you're scripting your video or planning, first of all, just understand that making a video is like writing an essay. You've got to get an introduction, you've got to get a body, and then you've got to get a conclusion. So these are the three things you'll be looking at. So the question you're asking yourself is that what should be in the introduction? In the introduction, you are just telling people what the video is about. So for example, a lot of people want to start a YouTube channel, but the excuse they give is that I don't have a laptop. I'm waiting to buy one before I start. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. I can't create channel art. I can't do this. I can't make videos. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to start your own YouTube channel and start making money. Remember, money is online now than they are in the bank. So if you have a phone or a laptop and you haven't started your YouTube channel yet, I think you are not doing yourself a lot of good. Did you know that you can start the comfort of your home and then pursue a bachelor's degree nursing top-up program in the UK? In this video, I'll be talking about the 5 popular UK universities offering a 100% online bachelor's degree nursing top-up program for international nurses. So if you're a diploma nurse in the UK and you're willing to do your bachelor's degree, then this video will help you. I'll open your eye to the tuition fees involved. I mean, how much you have to pay, the entry requirements, and most importantly, the duration of the program for each university, so that I can make an informed decision. So if you're interested, let's not waste much time. Let's jump into it. You can take time to watch videos of popular YouTubers and then see how they introduce their videos. So I always advise that make sure that within 30 seconds you said what your video is about, because this allows people to decide as to whether the video they are watching is valuable for them or not. So hello, my name is Joshua, and so in this video I'm going to talk about this and that. So if you introduce the topic or the title here, if what you're going to talk about is what this person is looking out for, the person will stick to watch it. You can introduce yourself as well, tell people who you are and what your channel is all about. Okay, all should come in the introduction. Then the body is where you're going to talk about the main thing. So if it's about how to make a YouTube video, how do you do it? You're going to teach people how to do it. And conclusion is just about, putting everything together, summarizing everything you've said, and then throwing questions at people to answer, just to make sure at least they've understood everything they watched in the video. And also telling people to like your video, subscribe, and thanking them for watching up to that far. So yeah, this happens to be the scripting process. There are two ways to which you can script and then memorize and speak off head, or you can just read directly from your script. How do you do it? There have been a couple of videos I have shot where I read from the script verbatim. Nothing was coming from my head, even though I wrote everything up by myself. But making the video, I read everything from the start to the end. For example, this video. Last year, as I was surfing the internet, I came across a UK nursing job opportunity on one of the popular job sites. I took my time to read the job overview just to find out if the vacancy applied to international nurses. In the latter part of the job overview, I came across the clause that said. So this video I scripted and then read everything from the start to the end. And there are a couple of videos that I've just put down points and that I know what to say at each particular point in time. So just decipher which one you think is best for you. Now, let's say you want to read verbatim, you want to script and read everything all by yourself. I'm going to suggest an app that you can use to do that. It's completely free, but if you want some advanced features, you've got to pay for it. But I mean, as a beginner, you can start with the free features and then you see how well it goes. If it's very helpful, you can go ahead and then buy it. So let me just show you two apps you can use to read your scripts. The first app I recommend is called Teleprompter. So when you go to Play Store, if you are using Android, just search for this app, Teleprompter. And for me, I'm using the paid version, so I have access to all the features. So you've got your script on here. When you click on this plus sign, you can create a new script. You can type your script in this app, or you can import the script from wherever. If it's on your phone or it's on Google Drive or your Dropbox, you can do that. So let's say I've got a script. Let's say this is my script. Okay, I'll just click on that and the script is automatically imported in Teleprompter. I'll just give a title to this script. Let's say I'll click on save. I'll click on that again and I've got three options. To record audio, I can read the script as audio or record the video. So normally I prefer to use this to record my video, so I'll just click on that and you can see that my script starts popping up from here. Okay, so when I click on this play icon, you can see that my script is going up. This allows me to read verbatim, word to word, without missing words. If you think this style is good for you, you can go for it. I mean, you can try it and see which one works best for you, and you go for it. The second app I'll show you to help you read your script is much more of Capcut. So as you can see on here, you've got an option that says Teleprompter. Let's click on that, and you can import your text or your script here. Yeah, so you can edit your script, you can import it here, you can paste it, whichever one you want. It's in Capcut, but the downside of this is that you can only record up to 3 minutes. So let's say if your script is like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, you can't use Capcut unless you do it twice and put all of them together. But all in all, see whichever one works best for you and then go for it. Once your video is scripted or you've planned your video, the next thing you've got to do is to shoot your video or record it. Probably watching this video, I'm recording. What this is that I went through those previous steps and now I have to hit the record button on my camera to start recording. To record your videos, there are a couple of things I would want you to know. Understand that recording videos happens to be a skill as a content creator you need to master. You're going to speak into the camera even for the first time, that is if you're not used to it. And I would want you to see the camera as your friend, okay? See the camera as the person standing in front of you that you're having a conversation with. You may want to make sure that you are confident speaking to this person. You may want to make sure that you have this eye-to-eye contact as communication demands. So first of all, I would advise that to start shooting your videos, you've got to get some equipment in place. First of all, you need a camera. So as you can see, I'm using a camera to record. So this, I'm using a Sony camera. It can be your phone camera or your digital camera, whichever one you want. And I would advise that as a beginner, you can start with your phone. I remember when I started my YouTube channel, my first video was shot with a Techno Y9 phone. Even though the camera wasn't that top-notch, but it was good. The information I wanted to convey went on point. So I would advise that whatever phone you've got to use that. Most times I use my Samsung Ultra S21 to shoot. Sometimes I've got my Motorola Gen22. Probably I should do it as well. So it's about using what you have at your disposal And when YouTube starts paying you, you can invest in one expensive camera just to make sure that at least your videos are top notch. Okay, but for now I'm using the Sony ZV-1, the Sony camera. It's a vlogging camera for beginners. If you want it, I'll leave the link in the description box. I mean, I like everything about this camera, and that's my first major camera I bought for my YouTube or content creation journey. So yeah, if you can't afford it, stick to using your phone. You may have an iPhone which has got a very good camera. You may have a Samsung which has got a very good camera. You may have Nokia, or so far as it's a smartphone and it's got a camera, you've got to use it to your advantage. Now, once you have your camera, the next thing I advise you have is your microphone. So there are two different ways. There are some of the phones out now that have got very good microphone. For example, when I'm using the Samsung S21 Ultra, I don't normally, those days that I never had a microphone, I'll just record into it and then it gives me a very good audio quality. But if you don't want that, there are a few things I also suggest. For me, I've got a microphone I'm using. This is a USB microphone I have bought. I bought it a long time ago, but most times I don't use it when I'm shooting with my phone. I only use it when I'm shooting with the main digital camera. Okay, it's a very good phone that gives high quality audio, and the sound I get is quite consistent. So I'm happy with it. I use it most of the time. All I have to do is plug it into my laptop, and probably I guess I'm recording device to go with it. And other thing I also suggest is that I've got this sizable microphone, a small one of course, where I just paint to my chest and just speak into it. It comes in pairs. So if you want to do an interview, you can give one to whoever you interview and then you can also have one. And it comes to the plugin. All you have to do is to connect this to the phone and you are good to go. Okay, so yeah, these are the few microphones I can suggest for you. I'll leave the link down there below if you want to buy one for yourself. That is fine. But if you can't afford, I would say just stick to using your phone, but make sure that you are in an environment that is noise free, because phones haven't got this noise filter. What this means is that every sound around you may seep into it, and that will make your audio sound very bad. Once you have your microphone, I would suggest that you get lighting. You need light. Right now, you can see that my face is shining. There's no darkness around me. It's like you can see my face bright and clear. It's all because I'm using light. And the reason why I'm using this light is because the environment I am is very dark. And if I say I'm just sitting in to shoot the video, you can't see my face. That will make the video very boring. So as a new YouTuber, you've got to invest in a bit of light. Let's say you haven't got money to buy this fancy lighting. You can use natural light. What this means is that you can sit close to a window and shoot your videos. Once the place is bright and clear, your face wouldn't be dark, and the video will be much more clearer for your audience. Now let's say you've got a few coins to spend. I'll first of all advise you to start with maybe getting a ring light. You can also get a softbox. Right now I'm using two softboxes. I've got one on here and then the other here, and then it's giving that kind of light to my face. So you see what happens when I turn the light off? My face is very dark. So let's turn the light back on. Yeah, so you can see what's happening, the difference it makes. Lighting is very important in making a video. I'll leave the links to some of these cheap ones in the description box. If you want it, you can buy one for yourself. But if you haven't got money at the moment, just make sure you are using natural light. And once YouTube starts paying you, you can invest in some of these things. Okay, so once you've got your lighting, the next thing I would advise you to do to get a shooting space. Shooting space is like where you sit to make your video. There's no limit to where you can sit. You can use your hall, you can use your room, a part of your room, you can use your kitchen, you can even use your bathhouse if you think it's an appropriate place to shoot a video. Okay, it's about the setting, looking at where you want to shoot the video. You can stand outside to shoot, you can go and stand in the park to shoot. So the advice I can give is that wherever you decide to shoot your video, make sure that it's noise free, especially if you're not using a fancy microphone. What happens is that whatever noise that is around you may be seeping into your video, and that may be unpleasant to hear by your audience. And the last thing I will recommend for you is a tripod stand. I know people are using ladders to serve as tripod stand. It's about using what you have. So the tripod stand is that kind of stick that stabilizes your camera, in the sense that your camera is not shaking. So as you can see, my camera is on a tripod stand, and that is why this video is not shaky. There are some cheap ones out there. I'll leave the link for you to get that. One thing I want to say is that if you are camera shy and you don't want to appear on camera, you can do screen recording videos. To make this a possibility, there are some softwares you've got to download on your phone or your laptop. The first software I'll talk about is the phone screen recorder. Most of the phones that have come nowadays have core screen recorders. So what this means is that whatever you want to teach, whatever you want to say, you can record the screen and then be doing a voiceover. So for example, I have Samsung Ultra 21. So I can just use this phone to make a screen recording video without having to use a laptop. But let's say for you haven't got a phone that can record the screen, then you can use your laptop to do that. But to get the best out of a laptop, there are some softwares you've got to download. I'm going to talk about 3 of them, but I don't expect you to get all of them on there. Just one is enough, or I can say just try the 3 of them and choose which one works best for you. Okay, so the first thing I'll talk about here is what we call Free Camp 8. So all you've got to do is to go to Google and then type Free Camp 8, and you can download that on your laptop. The second app I recommend is called Loom. So you can get that on Google as well. Just type Loom, Loom, as you can see on the screen. You can also use a software we call Clipchamp. It's a software that is built in Windows. So let's say you're using a Windows laptop, it's easy to get this software. It's much more of a video editing stuff on Windows, but it's got the screen recording feature you can use. And then the other video editing softwares that have got inbuilt screen recording. For example, Wondershare Filmora has got an inbuilt screen recording, and yeah, other stuff. So just look at which one works best for you. And if you want to do screen recording videos, you can jump onto one of these software to make it a possibility. Probably I say that in editing, that is where the magic happens. So let's talk about that. In raw footages, you are bound to make mistakes. You are bound to say things that you never intend saying. So when you get to the editing process, you've got to cut out all the stars you don't want so that your video appears much more cleaner. So editing is like you pruning your video to make it more sensible, to make it more understanding, to make it more easy for people to follow. So to edit your videos, you've got to get some softwares on your phone or on your laptop. So let's talk about some of these softwares. Now I'm going to start with the softwares you've got to get on your phone to edit your videos. The first software I'm going to recommend for you is InShot. So if you're using an Android phone and you want to get this software on your phone, what you've got to do is to go to Google Play Store and then search for InShot. I think you can also get it on App Store as well. And then the other software I'm going to recommend for you is Capcut. It's very common to use Capcut nowadays because most videos nowadays, even professionals are using Capcut. And one good thing about this is that you can have Capcut on your phone or on your laptop. It works best on both devices. So you've got to look at which one works best for you. The next editing software I'm going to recommend for you is KineMaster. You can get that on your phone. So you go to Google Play Store or App Store and then download it. And there's another called Power Director. So you can get all these on Google Play Store or App Store and then choose what works best for you. Now let's talk about the softwares you can use on your laptop. We've got softwares like Wondershare Filmora. That is what I normally use to edit my videos. I have got a paid version, so I have almost all the features I can use to edit my videos. So this video you're watching was edited with Wondershare Filmora. So if you want that, you can check it out. I'll leave all the links to these softwares in the description box so that you can check it out if you want. The next software you can use on your laptop is called Capcut. I've mentioned that already. You can also use Adobe Premiere Pro. So this happens to be a popular video editing app that comes from Adobe. So if you want it, but just understand that you've got to buy it. You have a monthly subscription and then a yearly subscription, so whichever one you want. But as a beginner, I advise that you don't start paying for some of these things. Just get the basic ones, and then when you start making money on YouTube or whichever platform, you start investing in some of these things. And moreover, you've got to spend time to learn because it's got some substantive features that you need to know, and before you start using it. The next software I can recommend here is Final Cut Pro. This software cannot be used on Windows. It's normally for people with Mac computers, or Mac laptops. So if you've got that, you can just look at that. But that, I think you also have to get the paid version to unlock all the features. And we have Camtasia. It's also a very good software to use to edit your video. So just look at all this and then choose whichever one works best for you. So these are the video editing apps I can recommend for you. I've used each one of them and I know how it works. So what I would say is that just get one of them, spend time to learn it, and then you are good to go. You should not talk about video editing. I call it the magic of making a video because that is where most of the stuff happen. So when we talk about video editing, it encompasses a few stuff, and I would want to mention them. By my subsequent videos, I'll try to talk about each one of them so that you know how to go about it. Okay, so if at this point you have not followed me, I'll endeavor that hit the subscribe button or follow button and become part of the family so that you enjoy most of my teachings on content creation, video editing, and stuff. So let's jump right into it. Now, if you want to start editing, the first thing you've got to do is to import the footages or the different video compartments into your editing software. And this art is called importing a video. Once you import your video, you've got to probably put it on your timeline. And there are a couple of things you're going to do. It's either you are splitting, you are trimming, it's either you are adding effects, it's either you are color grading, it's either you are audio enhancing, it's either you are adding transitions, adding music and stuff. So these are the stuff that happen in the editing process. You've got to make sure that whatever thing you don't want people to hear in your video is cut out. And that's why I say that if you are scared of making mistakes in your video, you don't have to be bothered about it, because once you make a mistake, probably you can just cut it out in the editing process. So as I'm shooting this video, I've made a lot of slips, but once I make a mistake, I have to pause for like 5 seconds and then say the correct thing again. In the editing process, I'll cut out the place I made a mistake just to make sure that whatever you are listening to is on point. So you're watching this video, is very much consistent. You realize that I'm not making any mistakes in my speech. It's just because in the editing process I did cut out the mistakes I made and stuff. So if you are scared of slipping or making a mistake, remember you can cut them out in the editing process. For example, I made a lot of mistakes shooting this video. Watch it. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to make a very good YouTube video. So for you, yours may be cooking. The very last thing I'm going to talk about, the very last process I'm going to. Yeah, so you see, when you watch a video and you see them speak at length without making mistakes, it's not just because they don't make mistakes, it's just because the mistakes were cut out in the editing process. So don't panic, don't be scared, just be confident in yourself. Appear on camera, speak into it. If you make a mistake, pause for like 5 seconds and then say the correct thing. Say it over and over again until you get it right. Because once you start editing, you can count out all those mistakes and then your video will appear refined and needs to be listened to or to be watched by your audience. Once you have finished editing your videos, you've got to export it, because if you have it sitting in your software, you are the only person who can watch it. Export is the last section in your editing phase. That is where your video comes into reality and that people can watch on YouTube and other platforms. Once you export your video, the next thing you've got to do is to upload it on YouTube or on Facebook or TikTok or whichever platform you want to use. You make sure that you're adding a title to your video, you add a description, you add thumbnails and tags. All these are important features that will make your video be optimized. That when people search, they can find your video. So make sure you're considering all this stuff. So in conclusion, these are the 7 steps I follow to make a YouTube video. What I want to say is that whatever link you need for the equipment I mentioned or whatever link you need for the softwares I mentioned, I'll leave that in the description box. You can check it out. And then don't forget to subscribe or follow me if you have not done so that you get my subsequent videos to watch. Bye!